Hey everybody, welcome back to the Overwatch channel, Overwatch project. I hope this sounds better. I think I fixed my audio problems from the last video. And in tonight's video I want to talk to you about this guy, James G. Matlock. He wrote a book, I Saw Light, and Came Here. It's about reincarnation. And really this is a talk I want to have about, it's one thing for people to be ignorant of information, for people not to be interested in information. Matter of fact, most people that come onto my channel, or if they check out my website at overwatchproject.com, they might not even understand what my talks are about because they don't have the background information. They're not interested in it, or they have accepted a premise from their religions or from their non-beliefs if they're atheists, and they don't want to know. And the cognitive dissonance will start, massively affecting their thinking. It's another thing to have the information. And this perhaps is even more curious to me. Somebody like James G. Matlock, somebody who says that they are data-driven, which is essentially what I am, data-driven, information-driven, and to have so much information about reincarnation. And you watch his interviews on the YouTube channel New Thinking Aloud. The interviews are great, right? You watch these interviews, and it's like cognitive dissonance on parade. Everything he talks about, you can see the parts that really don't make any sense because, again, I find it fascinating. So you have all 20 years, 30 years of research under your belt, and you write a book about reincarnation, and not for one moment, not one time, does it ever come up as a question. Perhaps it's not for our benefit. Perhaps it's not benign or benevolent or neutral. Perhaps it's nefarious. Perhaps it's something evil. I watched, maybe a couple hours worth of these interviews, and I'll link to this search result from the channel, and you can check them out for yourself. But the thing I found amazing, like the process of reincarnation, the differences between cultures, the differences of who you get to see when you're dying or in between lives, what happens depends on cultural background. I mean, that's a first clue right there that somehow we're being manipulated. And yet he's completely oblivious to that. And you have to see it for yourself. I can't play the videos. I might get a copyright strike. So you have to watch it yourself. But I haven't read his book. I don't intend to. I've read other books like these from people like these. And, I don't want to waste any more time on reading books that essentially just repeat the same information over and over again. On my website, under the links section, there is the let me see where it is. Division of Perceptual Studies, University of Virginia. If you're new to understanding reincarnation actually happens, and happens to us over and over again, the research primarily you can start here. This is a good place to learn a lot about reincarnation. Not necessarily the reason why it happens, but just generally learn about the research that's been done in establishing that it does happen. But, it really is amazing to me that people don't seem to get it. For some reason, without the information age, without the University of Virginia's Perceptual Studies Division. Without a lot of all the high-tech stuff that we have today to access information, people 2,000 years ago, Gnostics, believed that reincarnation happened. They seemed to know that it happened, and they seemed to know why it happened. That we were trapped in spiritual beings, trapped in physical bodies, and that the physical universe is bad, that it was evil, and that we needed to escape the reincarnation cycle. Even some ancient, certain Buddhists types, like the Tibetan Buddhists, their Book of the Dead talks about some of the tricks done onto you after death to try to get you to reincarnate. But the real big picture just comes from, I don't know, is it because I used to be in law enforcement, or because I was used to investigate crimes, and I've investigated some horrific, heinous crimes, and I can tell the telltale signs of when somebody's being victimized. When I started my research, I began to realize after a while that it started to pop into my head. Everybody seems to be thinking all this stuff is good for them, a learning experience. After a while, I started questioning that, and then I discovered that, heck, 2,000 years ago, people seemed pretty certain that it wasn't that, and maybe before that too. I actually didn't want to do a video about reincarnation. I was actually working on a different video. I happened to come across this guy's interviews. I recommend that you check him out for yourself and see what you think, so that you can understand where I'm coming from. I saw a light, and I got trapped in a reincarnation matrix soul farm. I think that'll be the title or something like it for this video. Thanks for tuning in. I will put these links in the description section below, and you can, of course, check them out either on YouTube or BitChute, or if you happen to see this video on Minds, you have to click onto the video, go to the YouTube or BitChute version, whichever I post there, and check out the links below for to get to this information. All right, thanks a lot for tuning in. Let me know if the sound sounds louder this time or better, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.